Hey, Chad here with Speed Addicts, and welcome to another episode of our Versus series. That's where we hand over two pieces of gear to our team test pilot. We have them out in the real world, give you some real in the saddle feedback, and tell you who's the champ. In today's episode of Versus, we've got two heavyweight contenders in the adventure market here. We have the new HJC RPHA 60 against the Arai XD-5. These are both ultra premium dual sport helmets, and we're going to put them out in the field, let you know which one our team test pilot prefers. Now remember, if you're going to shop for gear online, the place to do it is speedaddicts.com. Both these helmets will ship fast free with the industry's best return policy over there. We put links in the description below to each one if you'd like to purchase them at Speed Addicts. We appreciate your support. We also have full detailed breakdown on both the RPHA 60 full-length video and on the Arai XD-5. If you want that in-depth breakdown on each feature and benefit, we've got you covered there. And finally, if you're going to shop for gear in person, come on down to the Speed Addicts Superstore and shop for Arai or HJC at the world's greatest helmet wall with our experienced staff. Help you find the right helmet in the city of Orange over here in SoCal. Okay, without further ado, we're going to hand it over to our team test pilot and find out which adventure helmet he prefers.
Hey Speed Addicts TV family, welcome to Versus. Today Arai's XD-5 is facing off against the HJC RPHA 60. Both of these are full-face dual sport helmets, designed for riders who want to ride equal parts on and off-road. On the scales, the XD-5 weighs 3.7 pounds in size small, while the RPHA 60 weighs 4 pounds in size medium. Both helmets are available in sizes extra small through XXL. The XD-5 benefits from 4 individual shell sizes versus the HJC's 3. Here's the shell breakdown for Arai. Extra small and small have a unique shell size, medium large share shell size, and extra large and 2XL share shell size. For HJC, extra small and small share shell size, medium and large share shell size, and XL and XXL share shell size. While both helmets offer ventilation, Arai's package is more robust and it offers the ability to manually close the exhaust vents. Both helmets also accommodate Bluetooth communication systems, but HJC takes it a step further with its neatly integrated and Sena-powered accessory 21B and 50B Bluetooth systems. The XD-5, on the other hand, has slightly larger diameter speaker pockets. Both helmets include pin lock inserts for fog-free vision, but HJC also includes a dark smoke face shield and an integrated drop-down sun visor. Alright, enough talking about these adventure bike helmets. Let's get out on the road and see what they're like to ride in.
Hey Speed Addicts TV family, welcome to today's episode of Versus. Today we're comparing Arai's XD-5 versus the HJC RPHA 60. Right away, putting on this XD-5, Arai helmets fit a little bit big. So if you're typically a size medium, you might size down to a small with this Arai. The HJC, on the other hand, fits true to size. If you're a size medium, you're going to get a size medium in the HJC. Now the interior of both these helmets is very nice. They both include antimicrobial coatings inside the helmet, but the HJC's is a little bit more plush. The fit of these helmets are actually substantially different. This XD-5 fits more of a long, narrow head, where the HJC fits more of a rounded and well-proportioned head. Overall, while we like the fits of both helmets, we do like the Arai's fit a little bit more. It's worth mentioning that you can get a pressure point on the top of your head right here with the Arai, so it's important to really try these helmets before you ride in them. It's also worth noting that the Arai offers an insane amount of adjustment inside the helmet. Not only do they offer different thickness cheek pads, but they also offer different thickness top liners, and you can even take apart the top liner and there's micro adjustments. So you can extend it a little bit, you can tighten it, you can also remove these different pieces of foam to help give you a more customizable fit, and it's all designed for that. The HJC, on the other hand, while they offer adjustable size cheek pads as an accessory, the center top liner is fixed, so you definitely have way more adjustment with the Arai, and we like its overall fit a little bit better. But again, it's important to try both these helmets because they offer substantially different fit between the two. Now, in terms of viewport, the HJC certainly has a much better viewport than this Arai. Not only is it wider, but it's deeper, and you don't see this peak like you do on the Arai. On the Arai, you're always seeing this peak, and the Arai has a lot more curvature inside the visor. It's not enough to have distortion like it did on the outgoing XD4, but it just doesn't have as nice field of view as the HJC. The HJC also ups the ante by including a dark smoke visor. With the Arai, you have to purchase it as a $70+ accessory, and you have a drop-down sun visor with the HJC. That makes it really nice. You can wear a clear external visor and still have that drop-down sun visor, and then if you're riding in really bright summer sunlight conditions, you can have the dark smoke visor and the drop-down sun visor and really cool things off visually. Now, in terms of ventilation, both helmets have very good ventilation. Arai does take the wind, though. It has a little bit more ventilation, and you can adjust the ventilation. There's a vent here, and 2 on the top, and you can close all of them, where the HJC only has 2 vents that you can open or close. So while the HJC vents very well, the Arai offers a little bit more ventilation with all the vents open, and the best part is you can tune them and close them as you wish. Now, helmets that generally ventilate a lot are also very noisy, so it's no surprise with all the vents open, the XD-5 is a little bit louder, but close those vents and the noise is comparable to the HJC. Good job, Arai. We really like that customization that you offer. Now, in terms of the aerodynamics, while we certainly like the look and the aesthetic of the HJC, it does have some wind buffeting depending on the type of motorcycle you're riding and the windscreen you are riding with. The Arai, on the other hand, does a much better job of cutting through the air at speed on whatever type of motorcycle you're riding. So the Arai definitely stands out in the aerodynamics department. It buffets less and just drives through the air a little bit more cleanly, although we do like the appearance of the HJC. It looks a little bit more modern and cutting edge. Now, in terms of the visor mechanism, the HJC again walks away with the win. The visor mechanism is so much more easy to remove, as is the peak. The Arai, while it's nice, it's very complicated, overly engineered system. Once you figure out how to do it, it's fairly easy, but it's not as slick as the HJC. It's also neat that with the HJC visor open, you can wear goggles, where with the Arai, you have to remove this visor to be able to wear goggles. The HJC, it's not a bad idea to remove the visor, but you can wear goggles while having the visor installed and having it up. I think that's really nice. That gives you a lot of versatility on the road and trail. Now, this brings us to Bluetooth communication systems. Both helmets obviously are compatible with Bluetooth communication systems, but HJC allows you to fit its HJC branded, built by Sena accessory Bluetooth communication systems that nestle right into the helmet. That's super slick. The Arai, you have to buy aftermarket solutions from Sena or Cardo that are going to attach outside of the helmet. Certainly that's really cool, but the Arai speaker pockets are a little bit bigger. It kind of depends what you want to do, but I really like the HJC has an integrated solution. Now, in terms of price, this Arai retails for $1,000, while the HJC is just over $600. Certainly a lot less expensive. Both helmets carry a 5-year warranty. The Arai is handmade in Japan, while HJC makes it either at its South Korea or Vietnam factory. The fit and finish on both these helmets is very nice. Even though the Arai is made in Japan, I wouldn't say the fit and finish is that much superior to the HJC. The HJC is very well put together, but still, it's worth mentioning that the Arai is built in Japan, while the HJC is built in Korea or Vietnam. Now, lastly, the Arai is both SNEL and DOT certified, while HJC brings things up by offering ECE certification in addition to DOT. Overall, this helmet versus style comparison was really good. 2 awesome products. The Arai is certainly a lot more expensive, but we do like the improved ventilation and the way it cuts through the air. Overall, if our money was on the line, yes, it's a lot more expensive, but we would opt for the Arai. We just really like its aerodynamic profile, the ability to open close the vents, and that it fits just a little bit better for our long face. But again, it really comes down to what type of head you have, and the HJC certainly brings up a ton of value I mean, you can purchase the HJC, have the internal drop-down sun visor, have the smoke face shield, purchase its accessory Bluetooth comm system that's neatly integrated in the helmet, all for the same price you would have the XD-5 without even having a dark smoke visor. So something to consider. But overall, the Arai XD-5 barely nudges out the HJC RPHA 60, and if prices is really your concern, well, then you can't beat the HJC. Well, everyone, that wraps up today's episode of Versus. If you want to learn more about these products, surf on over to speedaddicts.com and sound off on the Speed Addicts TV YouTube channel. What do you think of this XD-5? What do you think of the HJC RPHA 60? We want to hear from you. And if you're looking to purchase these helmets, surf on over to speedaddicts.com, and we'll see you in the next episode.